Hello everyone! Again, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Ako nga po ulit ang nag-iisang boy. Siyempre, boy. So yun guys, good morning. Hello, hello. Hello. Today is another day, another topic for this vlog, for this video. Yes, we have another topic that to be discussed. Di ba? So this topic is from stylescraze.com. You can visit the website to know more about a relationship. So our topic for today's video is tips for getting back together after separation. So all we know that we have a friends or family members or other that from separation from relationship. So this topic is about tips for getting back together after a separation. So let's go. Number one, listen to your gut. Gut, gut. There is no way for you to know that your relationship will work a second time. In all probability, you both would have tried your best to make it work before you separated. Now that you are apart, you may start wanting a guarantee that the second attempt will be successful. While there is no certainty, listening to your inner voice may help. It is the voice of your intuition, and more often than not, it is correct. Although your mind may be ready to believe that it is all over, try to listen to that voice coming from within. If it is says getting back together after separation is the right thing to do, consider it with all your heart. Next, ask yourself if you can forgive and forget. Understandable, you are hurt if you are separated from your spouse. In all possibility, this decision was preceded by ugly arguments. If you are thinking of reconciliation, you may want to ask yourself if you are ready to move on and forget what you happened. Because if you are not, getting back together is not worth it. If the remnants of your fights or arguments are still lingering in your mind, you will not be able to love your spouse completely. Of course, it is easier said than done and will not happen overnight. You will need to give yourself time to heal. Forgiving is not easy, but it is not impossible either. You can tell your partner that you are ready to consider getting back together after a separation, but need time to get over the past. However, if there was cheating or abuse involved, you may want to make an informed decision. Next, number three, be honest with yourself. When you are in a marriage, the stakes are high, especially when there are children involved. Moreover, there is an emotional dependence on your spouse that may pull you toward them. While you are separated, in considering getting back together, ask yourself some hard questions. Do you want to be your or do you want to be with your spouse because it is easier to stay in a familiar situation than part ways forever? Are you concerned about what your family or society will think? If these are the reasons for getting back together, you may want to take a step back and rethink your decision. Next, communicate clearly with your spouse. If you are considering reconciliation, it is time to open the communication lines with your spouse. You may want to discuss what it is, that you are expecting from them. While you are at it, also discuss what went wrong the first time. Separated couples getting back together need to talk about their situation and vent out of their feelings. Unless that happens, it will be hard to move on. It may help it may help to remember the time you had just started dating. Both of you would try to sneak in every little possible moment to spend with each other. Communication formed the foundation of your relationship. If you want to revive it, go back to those days, make time for each other, and communicate with each other. Next, number five, slow down. Even if you decide to go back, do not expect things to go back to exactly how they were before the separation. Both of you have been through a lot and need time and space to forget the past, learn from it, and move on. When you do get back together, see to it that you are not rushing into things. For instance, avoid calling or texting all day. Perhaps your spouse is still not ready for it. Take it one day at a time and give each other time to recover emotionally. More than anything, avoid making any hasty decisions when getting back together after separation. Last and next, no, this is not the last. Number six. Accept that these disagreements will not disappear. Accept that disagreements will not disappear. Separated couples getting back together cannot expect that all their disagreements and differences will simply disappear. They will still happen because you are different individuals and hold different beliefs. However, you do not want to sweep your feelings or thoughts under the rug. Doing that will only make you erupt at a later point in time. Disagreements are part of a married life. What matters is the way you handle them. Do you make hasty decisions and jump to conclusions that are not always right? Or do you work toward sorting out your differences through communication? Number seven, learn from the past. Separated couples getting back together need to understand that what was happened is in the past. If you keep thinking about the past anger, frustration, and stress, it is not going to help you in any way. However, before you put it all behind you, you may want to try and learn your lessons from those incidents. For instance, try to analyze if you had let your emotion get the better of you in the past. Similarly, does your partner react impulsively and let the emotion get the best excuse? And similarly, does your partner react impulsively and let their emotions get the best of them? When you are still living separately, try to evaluate what went wrong and where you can make improvements. It is the time to learn from your mistakes and make sure you do not repeat them in the future. Discuss them with your partner so that both of you work towards making the marriage work with this time around. For instance, you can decide to resolve your fights before going to bed instead of leaving them for the next day. Number eight, acknowledge and appreciate your partner. Your efforts in reconciliation and getting back together after separation cannot be one-sided. Both of you need to put in some serious work to give your marriage another go. If you see your spouse making an effort, acknowledge them. You may also want to appreciate and tell them that their intentions are coming across through their actions. Separated couples getting back together have to be open-minded to notice these changes. As you appreciate their efforts, you may also want to share that you are also willing to walk that extra mile to save your marriage. At times, expressing your hope for the future and saying that you are willing to give it another shot can do the trick. Number nine, go on dates. It is essential to start afresh when getting back together after separation. In all probability, you have not spent a lot of time together with your spouse in the recent past. You may have lost touch and don't know what is happening in their life. The same could be true for them. Next is re-establish your relationship. Separated couples getting back together are making a serious commitment to ensure that you do not end up in the same spot. Once again, you may want to evaluate the boundaries of your relationship. When you have been married for a few years, the two of you may start taking each other from granted. You may not appreciate the little things that your spouse does to make your life easier. And lastly, do not rush into physical intimacy. Are you getting back together after separation because you feel lonely? Do you miss the presence of a constant companion in your life? If yes, you could be doing it for the wrong reasons. Separated couples getting back together need to give the relationship some time to flourish once again. You want to connect on the emotion level before you become intimate once again. It also allow you to understand if you are giving your marriage a second chance for the right reasons. Secondly, abstinence will spice things up for you too when you finally decide to become physically intimate. Thank you so much everyone for joining us today. I hope you gain and you get a lot of tips for this topic. Thank you so much everyone. See you again soon. See you again to our next episodes. See you again on our next vlogs. Thank you so much. If you are new to our channel, please don't forget to subscribe, comment, like. Ako nga po ulit ang nag-iisang boy, laging nasasabi tayo mag-ingat, magdasal, di ba? So, magpasalamat din tayo sa maliit, malaking bagay man na ating natatanggap mo sa may kapal. Bye-bye! See you again soon, very soon.